Right from day one, architect and client had a clear mindset to have an energy efficient building. Although the existing structure was south-facing, the primary layout was developed with major openings on east and west face and a minimum on the south face. This allowed maximum daylight intake and minimum heat gain.
Although design of the building was mainly finalized, both exterior and interior, we still had doubt as to whether we have done enough or not. We had initially proposed to have corporate names and logo on the building, and there was a benefit of doubt that is it enough? Is it the best thing we can do as architects? Is it the best possible design we can propose?
The building was kept idle for almost a month, and on one fine day when an architect was working on the concept of sundial, which was his son Saptak's school project, he figured out that the exterior wall of Siddhi Green is facing almost south, and a similar concept of vertical sunclock can be erected over it with a very good accuracy. The developers, Mr. Purvesh Shah and Mrs. Kuntal Shah, who are also the founders of Siddhi Green Excellence Private Limited, were also expressing their views on how they have a strong belief in solar energy and its impact on our lives. Driven by this instinct, the architect started working on developing the sundial rings and the arch strokes, which can be covered to the max. He applied physics, mathematics, architectural engineering and software available on internet to develop a sketch of the sun clock. The sketch was put forward to the developers and the idea was immediately stemmed to go ahead. Now the final proofing of the sketch was done and the final design was evolved. To ascertain that the shadow's density and length, a dummy arrangement of center rod was done on the south wall and an actual mapping of the shadows of the sun was carried out through photograph. This is the gnomon, a center rod which casts its shadow on the dial. It is 7 feet long stainless steel cone fixed on the wall at an calculated inclination. Although it was known that the inclination of the sun for both winter and summer is different, we had assumed that the inner and the outer circle of dial will cater this variation. On final execution, it was felt that the variation were more than the assumed length. To rectify the same, this was required to have an adjustable inclination with respect to dial in order to rectify the reading of time throughout the year. This was again a challenge to make a center rod which can incline both plus and minus 60 degrees. The real expert work on fabrication was done by our fabricators, who developed a unique mechanism for moving the rod using 2 circular flames. ACP cladding over the clock was now completed. While looking at the complete covered wall ready for the marking, it suddenly came to his mind that the months of May and June were probably the months with long hidden doubt of no shadow at all. And the trial on paper indicated that he was absolutely right. The solution to this problem, a steel structure weighing 150 kg had been fixed on wall, fully cladded with ACP. The idea now seemed next to impossible to the team. Again at this moment, the team decided to just do it whatsoever and convince the ACP agency to bring out steel structure at 17 degrees and redo the cladding. The extra expenditure incurred was not at all minded. All wished that the clock should run to the closest of the normal clock. After passing through uncounted hurdles, sculpted by tiring craftsmanship, now stand before us Ankleshwar's first vertical sunclock, showing local time to the maximum accuracy reminds us of the supreme energy showering on us. Thank you.
The sun and the rich solar energy which showers on our planet has always fascinated us. It is our ultimate source of energy. Over the years, we have started to admire artificial lights, the glamorous styles and looks, and have almost neglected the importance of sunlight in our life.
Through our vertical sunclock, we convey this message to the present and future generation that respect the sun, realize the power and abundance of solar energy, and harness it as much as you can.
Our sunclock will also serve as a teaching tool for understanding the principle of working of a sundial and measuring time using a sundial. And to mark its presence in the nightfall, we have equipped it with lights for the night vision also.
To me, this is not just a time showing thing. It won't take from 9 to 5, what is the time. That's not the ideal only purpose of a sundial. It is, to me, a much greater thing than just reading time. It makes us think that if we are sensible, we can use as much as work productivity in the daylight. For a corporate house like Siddhi, who works from 9 to 5, and this is the best possible way to show them that productive hours are 9 to 5. The day hours, you don't have to use lights, you don't have to work at nights, and use maximum daylight. And this is the best way to show that see how the daylight is being used. And every person moving around inside and outside is related. Somehow he will start feeling that he'll connect himself, he'll schedule himself, he'll time himself, he'll get punctual. And in a way, it will improve the way the society behaves towards the nature. And I think it is a good start by Siddhi, and I appreciate it.